Okay, we are in place for episode 5 of the 248K 10 times multiplier run thing. I'm about to say challenge. It's not, is it? I mean, it's kind of challenging. It's not like a defined challenge in that kind of sense. So last time we kind of squabbled together this thing that is making ceramics yet, but like I've at least put these inserters in, but we need to give it boilers and stuff. Got to make some red circuits somewhere, which I think is going to happen here. Got another belt of copper. Gonna have to drag some of this copper over because it's not even being fully utilized, but that's fine. And yeah, I think the first thing to do is oh yeah, tick through mining productivity a bit more in between whatever. Is actually think about the brain math of here's red circuits. How many assemblers I want making red circuits, and then how much blue science I can possibly get out of that. So yeah, I think we're aiming for a full half lane of plastic and a full half lane of ceramics, which means I need half a belt of green circuits, more than that if I'm also doing modules, and then half a belt of copper being turned into coils, which is fine. The question then is actually kind of the question before that. Let's actually at least check this first. Is this the blue science? Is the blue science made from Blue science is made from sulfur and advanced circuits and engine units and something mysterious that we'll worry about later. Yeah, okay, cool. And this is all still 3 circuits, 2 engines, 2 chemicals, science, 24 seconds. So those, yeah, other than the weird new stuff, those are all ratios that I'm familiar with, which means we can do brain math on them. So if we have, yeah, so if I'm doing enough red circuits to fully utilize a half belt each of plastic and ceramics. That's 30 assemblers on red circuits. Yeah, because six per six per coils assembler, and I need 5 coils assemblers to deal with half a belt of copper. Okay, so 30 of those. That's great. Let's still on the map. I guess I kind of want to be on the map view because what I want to do is set this to this thing and then see if I can. Although I am going to be prod modding these, aren't I? So 32 might be an idea. Can I just put them like here? How many is that? 16? Okay, so that's that there could actually be the red circuit build. And then we just squirrel things backwards and forwards. Because I'm going to need some more green chips or something like this. Like, I guess in here? Sure. And then making modules and stuff. Because the thing I'm thinking about is how much blue science do I end up getting out of this? And yeah, where's the red circuits? Again, and then this ratio is kind of weird, isn't it? Yeah, it's three advanced circuits, 2 chemical science, and 24-second recipe. Okay, so if I was because I'm getting out a quarter of a belt of red circuits plus a productivity bonus, which I think we'll leave the productivity bonuses aside because I still want to build up some red circuits, but we're going to pull most of these into blue science. So if I'm doing okay, so if I was doing half a belt of red circuits into blue science, that would be 7.5 red circuits a second, which is 5 blue science a second. So this yeah, so half of that is 2.5 blue science a second, which is going to be 24 plus half is no wait, no, it's not 36, it's 30, isn't it? Okay. So that's also 30 plus a bit for productivity bonuses. But that also doesn't include the assembler time. So it's actually 40 assemblers. 42-ish, let's say 42 on blue science. That might be a number I can remember. Although the thing about that is, yeah, because the next part of that is I'm not going to have nearly enough of this stuff, am I? Especially as this kicks on and off with the weird kind of thing we've got. Because, yeah, if I've got, engines are the other thing I need to make this blue science. And if I'm making 40 of these assemblers, so doing the pretty standard direct feed into blue science thing, then I need 2 assemblers on cogs and 4 assemblers on pipe, which is basically an entire iron belt. But then the next issue is that I don't know that I don't know that I have enough aluminium ceramic composite. Well, I definitely don't here. This needs to continue to buffer. Should we just... Yeah, maybe. Let's go through the rest of the idea. I'm going to need more than half a belt of this aluminium ceramic composite if I'm going to make engines to make blue science at the rate that I need. So I think what we've got to do... We'll keep buffering this because this is the rate at which this is happening. We'll start buffering steel more by just putting things in boxes again. Yeah, we got some more of the steel, and we can put some of it in here and some of it in here, and then those inserters can just move around and be whatever. So we'll have the steel running. So yeah, we'll make the red chips. We'll pile a bunch of those red chips into modules. We'll then think about doing an engines build, or at least lay out an engines build, which is probably going to be over here. Yeah, because I was wondering if... I was looking at this stuff as well. Like, I was thinking about cutting this line and expanding this slightly to be 2 belts of copper, because I would need 1.5 here. Like, one of these pairs of purifier arc furnace are going to be idle like about half the time. So I could actually have three purifier arc furnaces and then another row of these guys over here, and that would work out pretty well to get me 2 belts of copper. Then I was thinking about just leaving this thing off, but I think I might run iron into this if we're doing the engines thing over here. Yeah, we'll do all of that later. The first thing to do is going to be to get grid circuits into modules, then while modules are building up, we'll think about this other mysterious energy crystal thing. Then we'll look at plugging in blue science, and then immediately piling in... Wait, how much of this do I need? If I'm making... Where is this stuff? Yeah, if I'm using half a belt of this, this means I need a full belt of aluminium, which from the... Yeah, and a full belt of aluminium means I'm consuming 2 more belts of stone just as aluminium. That's going to be interesting. Okay, so how do I get... Do I still want to do a 3x4 pattern? I think so. I would kind of want to leave space for modules as well. This is all kind of crapping up this area a bit, isn't it? How many of these do I... So I will need 5 of these. Yeah, I will need 5 of these guys. We'll just use these because we're going to put modules in them in a bit. Doing the red circuits. No, I need 5 green chips. 5 on green chips to balance with the red circuits, which is also... Yeah. Because because I knew that I needed more. Do I not have? Yeah, I do. I knew that I needed more copper in than I would get from one belt. So there's this, and then I also need... If I put that in, I could have run this straight down here and then brought this way. Maybe these guys. Yeah. Let's actually change our mind on some of this stuff. That's fine. And we've talked our way through mining productivity nearly finishing, so, you know, oh well. I'll throw this over here. Let's do these guys first. Okay, should have done those guys second. Okay, building new green chips to go into red chips. Pretty normal. Let's have one of these things over here, and let's get... Because I've got some more copper there, don't I? Okay. Then, is this going to be sufficiently in the way? Maybe, because I definitely want... Yeah, I need another 5 of these. which is why this is offset a little bit. Then we've got to figure out how to get all of this onto a full belt, which is, yeah, like that. And this is only kind of in the way of that build, isn't it? Yeah. And then we've got this. These guys are in 2 lanes so that we can do that, and then we can have another belt arriving here for other copper, which I guess we can do like this, because why not? Yeah, this was the other reason why I was thinking of cutting this lane from copper and doing all the copper here, because all the copper wants to be down here, but whatever. I think we're gonna, yeah, that'll be another thing that'll just make a mess of later. Input priority from the right. Yeah, use that belt for stuff. Okay. Then we've got to get iron in somewhere, and the thing is, this lane is the one that's already being prioritized in. This is going to use less than half a belt of iron, but we're still going to do that, and yeah, prioritize that the same way. It doesn't seem like a good idea. It's what we're going to do. So that's going to give us... Is that going to give us... That's not actually going to give us a full lane of these guys, is it? Like 5 of these gives us a half lane. And 5 of those would need, because of the 2 to 3 ratio, what, 7? 7.5 of these guys? Like 5 of these if they were fully running. Okay, so this is also just going to end up, you know, worse. Oh, well. This one. Okay. Okay, so we've got actually nearly all of our inputs. And we just need to go down there. Okay, sure. Let's spaghetti this in. It'll be fine. That's always how it was going to happen, wasn't it? Maybe not like that. I'm not actually making landfill yet, am I? Do we even have landfill yet? No. How is... The science is backed up about halfway. Okay. Is landfill... Landfill's not super fast. Military science is nice and fast. And then we'll go back to mining productivity, and then we'll do landfill, because they're all going to be things we need. And this should hopefully do a pretty good job of clearing some of this backlog of science off the belt, because then we can use it faster than we need it. And we're built-in coils around the place, which is fine. Do I have plans to extend these labs further? Actually, I mean, not until bots. And we're a long way from that happening, so these are going to go here, we have decided. And then we're going to, because I want to leave, like, I have no idea what I'm doing with this, I guess more petrochem stuff, which I assume will be present. Will be, I guess we can poke that in below, rather than above these red chips, but yeah, sure. It'll be fine. Okay, so we've got military research, which is cool, because that was a thing that I said, hey, maybe I should get on this, and then didn't actually have the tools to be able to do that previously anyway. And yeah, we're going to use the same kind of red chips pattern as I did when I was doing the expensive mode run, which is running out of belt. Cool. Yeah, we're just going to go back for more belt. Is it worth... I guess because we're here, we're going to put some of these inserters in. Yeah, I was wondering why I got one stuck on the end, and that's because the ends are the odd ones, which is fine. I'm missing some recipes. And that's also so we can do that with all these things. And yeah, then this belt is actually going to run the other way, because it's got the ceramics and plastic that are coming from the petrochem build that's kind of over here, I guess. So yeah, doing a red chips build, this is exciting. Also need to give these guys long head inserters and then come back with more belt. It's going to need to go there as well. Okay. Yeah. I think I got all those around the correct way. I guess we'll pay attention and see... Those ones are not around the right way. That one is... These all look pretty good. Yeah, okay. And then we're going to do the same thing of... This is going to be whatever's on the outside, but we're going to have some belts to go underneath there. And then I can have this thing here, which will then collect all the red circuits onto that side of the belt. Okay, fine. Get some more belt. I'm going to need more of these as well, aren't I? Fortunately, I've got all of this stuff. But I'm going to need a lot more assemblers to do... I'm going to need a lot more assemblers, yeah. So let's flip this guy back to assemblers. I kind of want to mold this somewhat properly, but whatever. I think there's going to be a thing that doesn't quite happen yet. Give me all of this belt? Yeah, give me all of this belt, because I've also got to go and set up... Like, I've got to drag these other copper lines back. That's doing a thing. Was I dragging any other belt over here? I was not. We can do power poles. Power poles are a thing. You can just join to the labs like that. This belt can wander in here to there. This belt of coils. Pretty sure this was... Yeah, that was the belt of coils. This one with ceramics and plastics can go this way. And then we're going to join all these things up. And yeah, this is almost looking like a real build, and this is apparently not a mixed build. I was wondering if I was going to mix build this with the modules, and it just turns out... Actually, no, we're not going to mix build this with the modules. Where's my belt of stuff? Yeah, so this belt here is my belt of stuff that wants these things. And the only other stuff that needs is... We've got to figure out how to put... I mean, here's coal as a fuel source. Actually, are we... Oh, landfill is done as well. Okay. What else do I need? I know sulfur goes into blue science, so let's do that. I don't really have... I mean, tool belt, I'm already struggling with my space, so let's do that. Circuit network, if we're doing any other petrochem, going to be a big deal. So let's just queue up some things that are going to be useful. Then do I have these guys. Where can this fit? Is that going to be... Can I move these over a bit more? Like, where is a good place for these to fit? Here is a decent place for them to fit, isn't it? Yeah, because this means I can run this coal up here, and that's fine. This can scooch over one tile, and now we've got water in all of these boilers, and now we can have all of that stuff lined up and put this stuff here. And then the last thing we need of this particular set of things, as opposed to all the various options of things that we need, connected in two places for resiliency, and now we should have, not quite actually, I need to have these inserters as well to just jump that ceramic over to the other side of the belt. Do I want to be boxing ceramic here as well? Maybe. I think what we're going to do about that is we're going to say, here's a box of ceramic, can have 4 stacks, in case I need ceramic for anything else. I actually have no idea. These guys are all doing their stuff nicely. The ceramic is going to make its way over to the red circuits. The red circuits are going to start making red circuits. And then, I've got other things I don't want in my inventory. And then... I think we're going to make modules, because I think most of these green circuits, like this, hopefully, 32? Yeah. That's going to make most of, that's going to be like solidly producing its stuff the whole time. So I don't really want to use, like I either have to belt over, actually I can belt over more green circuits. Yeah, because if I put overflow circuits here on the inside of this belt, I can't necessarily prioritize one side of the belt over the other. But also I'm not sure I care. So maybe we just run this back here, and then say, because each of these lanes is only going to be a quarter lane of green chips, which means we can actually just run. Actually, do I want to run this way at all? Because I've got to get it up here for engines and blue chip stuff, but I've also got to get like sulfur from somewhere over here. So maybe I just run it this way. Maybe that's the thing that happens. But we do have a lot of red chips now. We're making red chips in bulk. I think, yeah, I think we're gonna do like somewhere. I want modules, so we're gonna just start by going. Like I don't have anything else to do with. I don't even have efficiency modules yet. Okay, efficiency modules also a thing I want because we can put them in a variety of places. What were the other things that I? Tool belt was a thing. Because I was struggling with that circuit network, yeah. Because I suspect that these guys are power hogs. 413 kilowatts, yeah, that's kind of thing, isn't it? These guys are, yeah, so they use about as much power as an oil refinery, which means they're going to be good efficiency module targets. Do they? They have no direct pollution? Really? Okay, these things might be even stronger than I realized. If these are... Like, these aren't... They have no direct pollution, and... Like, a 6 of these things... Well, okay, 3 pairs of these things can do an entire belt. They might be extremely strong. Okay. Things to worry about later. Most of all, at the moment, I want to get a decent chunk of module construction going. Because we got... a lot of things I want to module. Put these in a box. I actually also have not thought about how many of these I want. But we're gonna do, like, I think this is gonna be the. I mean, I was gonna say I don't know if this is staying here, but it looks like the sort of thing that is just gonna stay here. Because that's how this works now. All these things can just go in here, and we'll unpack them again later. I think later we're going to even prioritize this the other way. But we've at least got... So we've got prod mods now, so that's cool. We're making a lot of prod mods. All these things can, like, come off the belt, because I just want to see whether or not... Actually, each of these will use the red chips of 2.5 things. So I am gonna be building some cache there as well as all these prod mods, which is cool. I was gonna go pick up some green chips to handcraft a bunch more prod mods, or just like handcraft a bunch more modules. That's gonna be all of those I need. Okay, so that is in fact the red chips. I was gonna use overflow green chips from there for the modules, but I guess... Oh no, wait, I had to... Yeah, these guys are going to be short of green chips now. I did actually need overflow green chips. How are we going to do that? Oh yeah, remember when I said these ones were going to disappear because I wanted to spaghetti stuff through? I guess we just do that now. Want to be able to spaghetti stuff through here. That is a feature, which also means this one can just go back there. And then... Do I want cogs out of this as well? The answer to that is going to be no, because the cog's going to be over here with the engines build. This just wants to be... Yeah, it can actually go this way. So this is going to be... I'll put those on that side first. And then... How are we getting this? I guess we just go... Yeah, these... I don't even know what those guys are doing, whatever. We'll do this. Sure. So now these guys are on the inside. These ones are putting more on the outside. Anything that I'm mauling down here are going to get priority on these, and that's going to include the electric engines, presuming they get built in the same way. And then... Yeah, this bottom lane is going to use a quarter of a belt, assuming I've got all the ceramics. Is everyone actually running? So not everyone is running. Is that... Why... Are these guys... insert a bottleneck on stone or something, whatever. We're not going to worry about that yet. That's a thing we can deal with later. That's all running, which is nice. These guys are kind of doing a thing. Okay, what was the next thing? I did want... Let's at least go and line up where the engine's build will be. Because one of the nice things about this pattern is that I kind of want to be able to maul other stuff over here. Do I need these? No, I don't need these at all, because we've got these other bunkers over here. Yeah, mauling stuff over here. In fact, things I'm going to want include arc furnaces, which are going to take stone, steel chips, cogs. Okay, so a lot of these things, are they the same? Metal caster, purifier. Okay, I did in fact collect the correct things. Okay, so I need to get steel down here, which is kind of always the plan anyway, but if we have the belts here, then we can be mauling these things, which is a plan that I like. Let's get 2 stacks of each of these. I don't know how big these stacks are, because I think this is actually in the wrong places. No. Yeah, this want to be there. Or at least we're just kind of thinking about horizontal alignment rather than, or vertical alignment rather than, yeah, sure, whatever. Because the thing that strikes me is, like, if these are engines, and these probably aren't going to be, these are kind of placeholders at the moment, yeah, I need steel, cogs and pipe, and aluminium ceramic composite. And the thing that struck me is, if I'm doing, actually, I should be doing this one here, and this one should be the thing that needs, it's not stone, it's stone furnaces. Okay. Never mind, because I just had a moment, I don't want that many of them, I just had a moment of, actually we can probably still do this with, yeah, we can maul it this way, because if this thing here ends up refineries, and this thing here ends up chem plants, then these are all the same collections of things, but I can have a box here that I can put in stone and furnaces. Did you get, yeah, you got furnaces, okay, fine. And then this is kind of an automation plan, kind of, but we're not actually putting everything else we need on the belts yet, but we might. This one doesn't need to be there, it's going to go like that. But the idea of this is, like, my engines are going to need the ceramic composite as well. And so I can have steel, I can have cogs and iron on one belt, as usually happens, and steel plate and aluminium composite on the other belt, instead of batteries, I guess. So I guess we're squirreling batteries through somewhere else. And then that also gives, once these things are actually on these belts, all the things I need to maul all of this other stuff, which I like. You keep making those. Okay, so I think the next thing to do is we've then got to... I've got efficiency modules. Okay, great. That means that we can wander down here and set some of these recipes to efficiency modules, and in fact build more modules. Let's at least have some red circuits, because we're definitely going to need roboports and all that stuff. But we want a decent number of efficiency modules, say that many, and then yeah, this is a good number of red chips. Oh yeah, that's why these guys aren't running, because this whole belt 16 is more than I want here until I've got these things prod modded, and once I've got them prod modded, then this whole thing will run. That's what that was for. How is... Ooh, yeah, we're going to need to do that as well. Okay. And then the reason why these ones were... yeah, the simpler twos was so I could do that. And then these cogs want this stuff, and then these guys probably also want to be prod modded. And what is... Yeah, okay, so I guess we're building power grid next. I guess that's the next thing that happens. And I also don't have upgraded things because I need steel and cogs. Okay, both of those are things we can deal with. I've got cogs here, I've got a bunch of this stuff, and then I will need... Yeah, I will need a lot of as simple as to be doing the blue science thing, but that's also kind of the plan. 7, why? Oh, plates. Do you have plates? Yes. 31, more plates. Do you guys have... Yeah, you guys have iron, because the steel build just completely died a while ago. And then, yeah, let's make some of these. Then I need... I've got a giant handcrafting queue, that's all kind of fine. I need... Didn't you have... Yeah, random extra cogs. And then I need more green chips, which I am also now unbuffering. Fine. Another 30 of these, okay, fine. Did I... I did... I kind... Yeah, okay. I have, in fact... Yeah, we're at the limits of power grid. I've got another belt of coal that I can lean on. But, oh, didn't I have over here? Didn't I have pitch? Yeah, this stuff. That's what I want. And then a bunch of these, because the handcrafting queue is going to take a while, and what we really want is a decent number of these boilers. Because we've got to go build some more power grid, so that the power grid doesn't die. But it's probably fine. We've got this belt of coal here. We can wonder where we're going to fit the power grid, because the whole plan was that I was going to leave some of the space for more petrochem. Yeah, and then this space is kind of earmarked for more smelting. So, and then, yeah, the other concern... Oh, we've got an expansion. Cool. The other concern that I'm having is I'm not seeing any more water, and I kind of wanted to see a bit more water, because that means that a nuclear plant at some point is also going here if we're doing that. Oh well. How many have you made? 25? Fine. Oh, if that was all, that wasn't all my pipes. That was all, just all the pipes that I used. Okay, and I've got this stuff. Cool. You just go back in here. Can't really these green chips. Yeah, let's get some more green chips. And crafting. Yeah, because if I've got efficiency modules, and okay, I don't have many efficiency modules. Did I prod mod everything in the main base that I needed to? All the cogs, all the chips. The labs kind of don't matter yet, because... Yeah, give me all of these. Labs kind of don't matter yet because I'm not putting blue science in them. But also, if I just give, like I can... Other than the fact this is not all running, we can make the power grid life a little bit easier by efficiency moduling all of those, and then go and efficiency module the arc furnace stuff that I was wondering about wanting the efficiency modules for. And I think we may as well continue building efficiency modules as we're figuring out the rest of the blue science. Can I? 2 module slots. They take efficiency modules, they take fancy mod modules, which I don't have yet, so we won't worry about that. These guys are all... Yeah, they're, I mean, probably worth 41 kilowatts. 41 kilowatts actually kind of not worth, is it? 400 kilowatts worth. So what were these guys? 100 kilowatts? What does a chem plant use? 217. Yeah. Okay. So these guys actually not even worth. We'll find better places to put those things. So that's maybe saved. Yeah. So that's got the power grid green again. But if we're going to turn anything else on, and spoilers, we are turning a lot of things on. That's definitely going to be the thing that happens. We've got to build more power grids somewhere else. And I'm... Yeah, okay, we're going to do a thing. I'm actually going to run... We're going to run the line of coal straight past here, and then into... Yeah, because the coal's kind of here anyway. We're going to run the coal down here. Let's actually check that these guys have... If they've got all the steam they want, they are in fact inserter bottlenecked. Okay. That's... I think that's going to be kind of whatever. Yeah, give me all these... Do I have all the prod mods I want at the moment? I think so. Let's just have a pile... Actually, once I get up to blue science, I will need 160 prod mods. Plus, if I'm making 42 blue science assemblers, I'm going to need a lot of prod mods. Yeah, we're still good. We're still, yeah. But then again, we've got a lot more mining joules we can put those efficiency modules in, and that will mean that we need to worry about expansion and pollution less, which is still a thing I like, because I think I'm still mostly seeing small biters, which is a thing that I am pretty happy about, and the longer these things stay on small biters, generally the happier I'll be. Can I would have to rejig a bunch of that, wouldn't I, if I wanted this to be too wide, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to run all the way down. That's kind of in a place that I don't like. There we go, just on the other side of the radar. And then we've got to figure out how to put more power grid in, I guess, here. Is that true? I think we're going to move it over. Which of these things do I want to use? I think I'm going to use this one. In which case, this power grid may as well go here. I think that's a decent place. That's actually one off. Oh no, because this can squirrel. They can do. It is in fact one off. Okay, fine. Get all of this out the way and move it one tile to the side. Let's do this one first, because the idea is. Yeah, that's where we want that. So this coal can wind around here, and then we can have some of the stuff in here, and then we can do, you know, pretty normal looking things about extending the power grid. And then we're going to go think about what we want to do after extend the power grid. And I think I think it's reorganize all that copper mining, although things that involve turning parts of the base off are things that always make me a little bit sad. But getting all of that copper into the arc smelters, and then is this actually 20? 18. Okay, at least do this properly. Yeah, getting the copper expansion plugged in and getting the base up to a proper 2 lines of copper would be a thing that I would like, because this isn't even fully running. Okay, so I don't need that yet, apparently. Cool. Things to not worry about, because the other option is let's just go figure out what we need to make the rest of the blue science. That's also definitely a thing. Did I get the middle ones? I did not get the middle ones. Can I do that from... Usually just from the middle, don't we? Okay. While we haven't built the other engines yet. Okay, is this... Oh, that's super frustrating. There's no position where I can actually connect it with one thing. Getting stuck on stuff is pretty fine. Shouldn't they be... Oh, because okay, because this thing is not connected to that thing. Okay, sure. Do I have enough of these engines? Did I... No is the answer to that, but also... Yeah, we can come back with more of that later, can't we? Because we've got a decent amount of headroom now. So we've got coal from both patches, so that's fine. Yeah, this is the last tick of the general ones that I was like, let's kind of figure out how that works. So the question is, how do I get red circuits? Blue science needs sulfur. Let's presume that that's within my capability, and then it needs a mysterious energy crystal. Okay. How do I guess these are the techs I need for mysterious energy crystals. and there's this tech, which is kerosene processing. Okay, and then this tech, which is crystal growing, and then this tech, double click on things correctly, which is the blue science. Cool. So the crystal growing says I get a mysterious crystal from... I get 2 mysterious energy crystals from 1 mysterious energy crystal and acidic water. Okay. And that happens in the crystal grower, and then you also get the crystal grower. Okay, and then it also needs... It needs things that I can maul in the spot that I've also just mauled, but then also not connected the steel to. So, okay. So where do I get the first crystal from? Because once I have 1 crystal and acidic water, which I'm guessing I get from the kerosene processing, I can make a bunch more crystals. Do any of these guys give me... None of those give me my first crystal. Okay, so acidic water I can turn into acid. A bigger silo, cool. Okay, so this actually needs more oil refineries. Yeah, needs more oil refineries. Crude oil, steam, both pretty manageable. We got kind of a spot for that already, I guess. Spits. Oh wow, that's interesting. So this recipe takes 80 steam in, gives me back 90 water. So this recipe is actually water positive. So I need to worry about what to do with surplus water, which is kind of interesting. Kerosene into desulfurized kerosene and acidic water. Okay, so this is how we get acidic water for my crystals. Cool. I also don't have anything to do with desulfurized kerosene, which I guess is why we have a giant tank. Like the desulfurized kerosene can just go there until I get something to do with it. Cannot tell if there's anything I need to do with that, whatever. Okay. In a chemical plant, cool, which we almost automated. I think we go and automate those. Yeah, I think the next thing we do... Like, this is definitely the thing we're going to work on. Is that true? We've got to figure out how do I get a mysterious energy crystal? This is... Okay, from a tech that I already have, from the ore purification tech. Okay. And then the next recipe is just the one I'm getting from... Okay, so let's have a look at how this ore processing tech that I already have works. Metal casting, ore purification. Okay, yeah, mysterious energy crystals. Stone, acidic water, so that also depends on the kerosene thing, gives me back mysterious energy crystals, pure iron, and more pure copper, and then this is a fixed water loop other than the acidic water, in the sense that I'm putting them out in this, like 50 normal water, 50 dirty water. The acid water we're going to have to get from... Actually, we just get that from kerosene, don't we? That's a different place. So this can be its own purification loop. I need more stone, which is interesting. How many crystals do I need? I need a crystal per blue science. So let's go and find that other tick again. Ore purification. So having realized that I need a pile of stone for a pile of aluminium and ceramic for all the engines I need, for all the blue science I need, I also need another 20 stone per mysterious energy crystal, or another 20 stone per 2 blue science. I'm just going to need to mine all that stone. But it also does give me iron and copper back, which is nice, because that was a thing I was also wondering how I would get more of. Okay. This is... Let's connect this here as well. Is there... Nah, still a thing of... There's no places that will connect it. Am I worried about dudes? I'm not worried about dudes sneaking in around here, because I've now got both of these kind of mining. Whatever. Yeah, and then I can have more of this down here later. This is not going to be fully utilizing the smelter coal. but then again I've got other boilers on it doing other things. This, yeah, let's grumble. How am I going to... I think what I'm going to do... Yeah, we're gonna have... I mean, this was kind of always the plan. We're going to move this buffer a bit. Yeah, these are my boxes, yes, because... What is this? Oh, this is the mixed... Yeah, this is that mixed belt. Okay, so give me this stuff back. Because this one wants to go underground, as it turns out. So this one can load on the inside of the steel belt. Because this is going to give us the belt that we want for the mall stuff I wanted to do, and then also the engines, because they all needed kind of the same thing. So this is going to prioritize in there, and then... yeah, at this point I need to just go and pick up the rest of the stuff. If the belt is here, then the chests are going to be here. So give me this back, and then I can start to put these things in these chests. That's worthwhile, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so now I've got... I mean, it's going to... I have no idea how long it's going to take me to actually get everything else organized to the extent that I'll actually have blue science running. So I kind of want a decent sized buffer for that. Except that this input priority left. Yeah. So this is now going to... Like, the couple here will be stuck and messy, but this is now going to prioritize things onto the inside of the steel belt. The stuff coming down the belt will have priority. Everything else will buffer. Let's kind of move around this buffer a bit so that the inserters don't have to. And I've got enough space for 8 chests of the ceramic composite, which is... I mean, it's not actually a lot of blue science, is it? But we've got to figure out how to, and this might be actually pretty easy, squirrel this line of stuff through here. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, so pairs of belts of stuff, and then the 2 lines that this wanted to be on want to be on these 2, yeah. And then this one has to be cogs and pipe somehow. I do have an upgraded one here. I guess you can... I don't have the proper mods at the moment. Yeah, so this is now going to... Wait, was there a crystal grower thing that I needed to automate down here? That's... Yeah, the crystal grower can also be automated here, which is a thing that I don't have yet, but we can soon. Yeah, we can do that, we can do this. And then this is also a space to automate crystal growers, and I just... these were unlimited. It's fine because I didn't have all that much stuff going on yet, and also this guy's limited by the amount of stone he's doing. Okay, so we've... we haven't because we haven't automated pipes yet. Okay, let's get some basic nasty pipe automation going. This one can split both ways, and then... Yeah, just deposit that stuff on the inside, and then we can have this one here and have these guys... let's take off this output inserter first, and you don't need that many pipes. But... There we go. So now we've got pipes and cogs. This is actually not enough pipes. This is not enough pipes for the engine build we're going to do. I guess that this can also line up a I mean, it kind of doesn't matter because we've got the pipes are only getting added here. But this is going to eventually be the belt that will be able to make engines, that will eventually also be supporting the blue science. Once these guys get their stuff, they'll be able to do what they need to. Actually, this one here can now go like that. Yeah, that's a decent plan. Which means also if I'm making ammo somewhere else, and I don't even have a military science build yet, this could also be pipes. And then that would be all of the pipes I would need. Interesting. Then I'm almost certainly going to need more iron in here, because I was still planning on cutting this for iron. Okay. Do I have... Where's my stuff? Where's all my stuff? I wanted... Oh, I've already got purifiers here. Okay. Did I not have... Okay, I've got 4 oil refineries, which may or may not be enough, and then I think I'm going to need more chemical plants as well. So let's grab more. In fact, this is probably a decent place to end an episode. I've got a bunch of efficiency modules. I will run around and put efficiency modules in some of the miners to cut our pollution output, because that's still a thing. We're probably annoying the space now. We probably don't actually have... Yeah, we've got some attacks arriving here, which is fine. We've got these places which we're not annoying it, because these guys aren't really getting much done because we're not using the crude oil. But we're onto... We've got kind of a path towards blue science. Kind of. We've got this kerosene processing, which we'll figure out next time, because we've now got all the chem plants and the refineries we need, and these mostly seem to need chem plants and refineries. I am going to need more of the arc furnace stuff as well, because the other ore purification tech that I needed to get the first crystals also... I could be making these crystals already. Because they're true, that's not true. I have no way of getting acidic water already, do I? Or at least... I'm just going to wait for this to get acidic water, but that's fine. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll get ourselves some mysterious energy crystals. Sulfur should be fine. And then next time, we might actually end up getting close to implementing blue science if we can actually figure out these energy crystals. So that's exciting. And then I've also... Purifier. I had a bunch of purifiers. Yeah, I don't need that many purifiers. Metal casters. I'm going to need a couple of metal casters. Actually, I'm going to need a couple of purifiers, aren't I? Because I've got some stuff to do. Yeah, I can figure out exactly what of that I need from next time. That'll be fine. I've also got the engines here, which is... I mean, these were kind of short-term engines for cars and stuff anyway. But yeah, I'll wander around, put a couple of efficiency modules in. Actually, the other thing that's going to happen is we're going to get this back up to speed, because we killed this earlier to spaghetti stuff through, and this should probably go back. So now we've fixed all of that. That's nice. Yeah, so science is back at the rate that it previously was, and we were actually green production limited for a while, but whatever. Yeah, seems pretty productive. Got a bunch of things done, got a new tech to deal with once this is done. Have efficiency modules, some arc miners. I've got a bunch of red circuits running. It's pretty good. We're heading towards blue science.